New satellite images are circulating online, claiming to show the complete destruction of a US-linked ammunition depot at Jordan's King Faisal Air Base following Iranian missile strikes. The images appear to show a large ammunition storage area reduced to rubble. The claims come after Iran said it had targeted multiple US-linked military facilities across the region in retaliation for American strikes inside Iranian territory. Iranian media described the destroyed site as a US Army Special Forces ammunition depot. But here is the essential caveat up front. Neither the Pentagon nor Jordanian authorities have officially confirmed the extent of the reported damage, or even whether US facilities at King Faisal were hit at all. So what is King Faisal Air Base? It has long been an important military installation in Jordan, and it has hosted US personnel for training and regional security missions in the past. That history is what gives the Iranian claim its weight and its ambiguity. This is a base with a real American footprint, which makes a strike there plausible. But it is also a Jordanian base, which is why the exact function of any destroyed building matters so much. An ammunition depot is one thing. A US Special Forces ammunition depot, as Iranian media describe it, is a far bigger claim. And it is precisely the part no independent source has confirmed. Whatever the precise function, this image does not stand alone. The latest imagery surfaces amid an expanding regional conflict in which Iran has claimed missile and drone attacks against US military sites in Jordan, Kuwait, and Bahrain, while Washington has continued striking Iranian military infrastructure. And the reported strike on King Faisal follows earlier reports of damage at other US-linked facilities in Jordan, including Muwafaq Salti Air Base and Prince Hassan Air Base, both of which have figured prominently in recent exchanges. If independently confirmed, these satellite images would be another indication that Iranian strikes are increasingly reaching key US-linked infrastructure, underscoring how far this war has spread beyond Iran's own borders. And the ammunition depot may not be the most significant image. Newly released pictures appear to show severe damage to an aircraft hangar at King Faisal, following an Iranian missile attack. The structure's roof appears destroyed. Debris is visible around the adjoining apron, and signs of a major impact can be seen at the facility. That imagery lends visual support to an earlier claim by the Revolutionary Guard Corps that one of its missiles struck a hangar used to prepare and shelter F-15 fighter aircraft. If accurate, it adds to the evidence that at least some Iranian missiles have penetrated the air defense network protecting US-linked bases in Jordan. Now understand why a single hangar matters so much more than it sounds. Hardened shelters, dispersal procedures, and layered missile defenses all exist for one purpose: to protect valuable aircraft on the ground before they can ever take off. A direct hit on a hangar suggests Iran can threaten those aircraft where they are most vulnerable, parked and stationary, despite extensive Western efforts to shield them. Other commercial satellite images have shown damage to hangars, drone facilities, and troop accommodation at several installations. The IRGC has separately claimed its strikes destroyed multiple MQ-9 Reaper drones and damaged American helicopters. Those aircraft loss figures have not been independently confirmed, though Washington has acknowledged American deaths and injuries from the attacks. And that raises the question hanging over every US base in the region. As this war continues, Washington must now protect not only its aircraft in Iranian airspace, but the very bases from which those aircraft operate. Then Iran made a claim of an entirely different scale. Tehran now alleges that the United States unleashed weapons reserved for a future World War III during this conflict and still failed to break Iran's military might. The assertion came from Brigadier General Abolfazl Shekarchi, senior spokesman for Iran's armed forces, in an interview with Iranian state media. He claimed the United States and its allies threw every available military capability at Iran, believing they could dismantle the country's armed forces within a week and destabilize the Islamic Republic shortly after, and that those objectives failed despite what he called an unprecedented campaign. This is Iranian military messaging in its purest form, unverified and self-serving, but it tells you exactly how Tehran wants this war remembered, not as a defeat it survived, but as the maximum America could throw, absorbed, and endured. The same general made a claim aimed squarely at Washington's war planners. He He declared that Tehran's missile production never stopped during the 40-day conflict, that its missile factories kept operating throughout the war and are now replenishing Iran's arsenal, and that foreign intelligence agencies remain unable to locate those production facilities. He went further, alleging that Iranian forces destroyed a massive regional data center in the United Arab Emirates, describing it as an intelligence hub built over 2 decades with US, Israeli, and European support, and claiming earlier operations had destroyed major technology infrastructure in Bahrain and Dubai. These assertions have not been independently verified, and some strain credulity, but notice the strategy behind them. Every one of these claims is designed to tell the same story, that America's most advanced weapons and deepest intelligence investments did not deliver the quick, decisive victory that was promised. And beneath the propaganda sits the objective that has driven this entire campaign. Shekarchi declared that Iran's long-term goal remains the removal of American forces from West Asia, arguing that once the United States leaves the region, Israel would lose its strategic support, strip away the World War III language and the unverifiable data center claims, and that is the durable aim underneath all of it. Every claimed strike on a base in Jordan, Kuwait, or Bahrain serves that single narrative, that the cost of the American presence is rising, and that the presence itself is the thing Tehran ultimately wants gone. All of this unfolds against a fresh exchange of ultimatums. Iran has warned that any attack on its infrastructure will trigger a powerful and decisive response, after Trump vowed to strike Iranian bridges and power plants if Tehran targets commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz. Foreign Minister IRGC issued a stern warning to countries supporting attacks on Iran, saying any nation providing military, logistical, or other assistance would also be treated as a legitimate target, a statement that dramatically widens the scope of the threat. And Iranian Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bakir Kalibaf raised the stakes further, warning that if Iran is prevented from exporting its oil, no country in the region will be able to sell oil either, declaring that the Strait of Hormuz will never return to its pre-war status, and insisting lasting regional security can only be achieved without an American military presence. So let us be precise about where the evidence stands: claimed and unverified. The destroyed Special Forces ammunition depot, the F-15 hangar, the downed Reapers, the data centers in the UAE and Dubai, and the World War III weapons. Confirmed by Washington itself, American deaths and injuries from the attacks in Jordan. Independently visible in commercial imagery, though not officially explained, damage to hangars, drone facilities, and accommodation at several bases. That is the real shape of this war now. It is being fought twice, once with missiles and once with images, and the second war may matter as much as the first. Because Iran does not need every satellite photo to be real. It only needs the region to believe that the bases can be hit, the aircraft can be caught on the ground, and the shield can be beaten. Every unconfirmed claim, stacked beside every confirmed death, chips at the one thing American power in this region was built on: the certainty that its bases were safe. Whatever the final damage assessment shows at King Faisal, that certainty is already gone. The world is watching, and so far, neither side is blinking. Subscribe to WLA for daily geopolitical analysis.